Welcome everybody to this edition of the Halfway Motors video blog. My name is Marcus Luft. I'm your host, General Manager at the Nissan dealership. And I'm joined today with Claudio Petrobelli, our parts manager, and Liam Heaney, one of our sales consultants. And we are standing in the parking lot of the WSIB building just off Balmoral. And we're here because today is the first event of the season for the Autocross series, right guys?
Correct. Yes.
So the Autocross series is the summertime event. In the winter they do ice racing, correct?
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Claudio, explain a little bit to the viewers exactly what's taking place today.
So an autocross is basically a timed run through a set course of pylons, and cars are put into 3 different classes, and fastest time of the day is the winner, or if you're fastest in your class, you're the winner of your class for the day.
And what are the 3 classes? Explain that quickly.
A, B, and C, depending on modifications to your car, type of car, you fall into a certain class. So for instance, the 370s are an A class. A Mazda Miata, for instance, is I think in B class, so it just depends on the vehicle and the modifications to the car.
Is it based on how fast it can go time-wise, or
No.
just sort of?
Type of car, modifications to the car. More modifications, the more points you add, and it bumps you up a class.
And so how you get to do 3 runs throughout the day?
5 runs.
5 runs, and
Yeah.
how many of them count?
All of them. Their fastest one is the one that counts.
It's the one. It's your fastest run that counts.
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. And so now we've been involved with the Auto Sports Club since the late 80s, I'm going to guess.
Yeah, since our dealer principal John was ice racing back in the late 80s, early 90s.
Right, and racing's been a part of the Nissan heritage for forever. So for us, it feels like a bit of a natural fit. But this year we've really gone all in. We've got, you can see here the black 370Z. This is a dealer car. The yellow 370Z is Liam's, and then the black GTR is also the dealership's vehicle. I mean, both of these are obviously for sale, but we're going to showcase them here at this event right now. Yep. Liam, why don't you talk a little bit about what's been done to the vehicles? Because I know we modified your car, or you modified your car, and we also modified the dealership car. So why don't you give a quick little chat about what was done?
Yeah, well, if we started off with both very much the same cars here. They both make the same horsepower, both from factory. One's a 2017, one's a 2016. There were very small differences between the two to start out with, and we've kind of continued with that. They both have the Stillen Gen 3 ultra long tube intakes, and then the Stillen catback exhaust. They took it a little step farther with the black one here. They added the Stillen sway bars, front and rear, and then they've also put on the little bit nicer fast wheels and then a little bit more aggressive tires on them.
And so explain what that does, the benefits.
The intake is obviously going to let the car breathe a little more. You're going to get more air into the motor. The more air you can put in, the more fuel you can put in, the faster it can go. And then you need a big exhaust to get all that burnt exhaust and all the fuel out as well. So you need air in, air out. A little more horsepower is definitely more responsive.
And the sway bar links on this one are going to give it a greater stability?
Yeah, you're not going to have that body roll as much. It's going to hold itself better through the corners. And same with the tires. They are stickier. They're going to not tighten to kick out as much.
So these modifications are going to add points to the, is that how that works?
Well, things like the exhaust will add a point, whereas the air intake is a free modification, so it doesn't add any points against you, which is nice because you can liven up the car a little bit without having to go up to another class.
And what do you guys think your chances are?
Well, I'm not really here to...
Since our decals are all over it, what do you think your chances are?
I think our chances are really good. I mean, the Z it's a powerful car as it is, and with the modifications we add a little bit more. The sway bars will make it handle a little flatter. Tires will make it stick to the road a little better. So yeah, I think we'll be in the mix for sure.
So you guys just had your drivers meeting, and for all those people listening, they do that at the beginning of every race, right?
Yes.
You go over the safety requirements, explain the course a little bit, and then the drivers also just did their walkthrough of the course, which these gentlemen missed, so we'll have to get them caught up in a second. But that's designed to give you guys a heads up on the route you're going to be running, right? Anything that you need to know before you get into the vehicle, and also what the club rules are. So if you were somebody that has not done this before but wants to, right? I mean, you don't have to have a fancy car by any stretch. I mean, you can just show up with anything, right? And give it a run. How would somebody get into this activity? I mean, not that it's not an intimidating group, but it can be an intimidating prospect to come show up in something like this that you haven't done before. What would you do if you were a prospective new member? How would you come here and get involved and learn what to do?
I would come watch first, ask a lot of questions, ride shotgun with somebody in the passenger seat, and just see how it all flows. And then, yeah, you're right. I mean, a car does not make the difference. A driver makes the difference. So car is not important right off the bat. Any street legal, safe car will do. And then you just kind of work your way up from there.
So if you want to learn about the Autocross Slalom Series, come down. So they race every Sunday, more or less, up until...
Yeah, there's 10 events throughout the season. 7 of them count, you can drop 3 if you can't make all of them.
Right.
7 of them will count, the points will count towards the final total.
Okay.
Yep.
So come down, we'll put on our Facebook page, and I'll try to put something up on our website as well that'll show people when the races are and where they are, because they're not always in the same lot, correct?
No, correct.
They move around.
Yeah.
But if you're interested in wanting to try it, come down, find Claudio if you want to speak to someone one-on-one about it, or find Brad. He was in some of our other videos, Brad Felino, our used car manager. He's also very involved. Either one of these gentlemen, or Liam, who's going to be here on a weekly basis as well. Any one of them will be happy to talk to you about how you can get involved and what it's all about and the fun you can have. And there's prizes every week, and then there's a prize at the end of the season, right? Yep. So we're trying to make it engaging for everyone. But I'm excited. It's the first one that I've actually been at. So as long as my kids here don't completely lose their marbles before too long, we'll be able to watch a few runs. But thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.
I know that you want to probably go take a look at the course, so we'll let you go. But good luck. Try not to wreck them.
Do our best.
And thanks for watching, guys. And like I said, anybody that has any questions, comments, suggestions, wants to know a little bit more, you can shoot me an email, marcus.luft@halfwaymotors.com, or you can come down and talk with either Brad, Claudio, or Liam. Bradley. Oh, well, and of course, being a sponsor, we would love to see our customers out. I mean, we would love to see this whole thing overrun with Nissans, and we actually have some pretty good representation. We have our 3 cars. I know there's a couple other Zeds. I know that there's an SCR, a Sentra SCR. There's a Juke as well, I think. So good representation from the Nissan crowd, but please come down and check it out. We'd love to see you here. Thanks, everyone.